Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapon. So this is considered as one of the very important treaty in regard to how the nuclear weapon proliferation across the countries could be stopped. So we will discuss about the detail of this treaty and what is the stand of the major nuclear power with regard to this treaty. So let's begin. The first thing that we need to know is the United Nations has announced that 50 countries have ratified a UN treaty ban nuclear weapon, triggering its entry into force in 2021. So basically what happened, 50 countries have now ratified the UN treaty ban on the nuclear weapon, and hence this particular treaty could get into force from 2021. This move is hailed by the anti-nuclear activists, but this particular thing is strongly opposed by the US and other major nuclear powers. So the nuclear powers which are like already having the nuclear weapon, they are the powers who are opposing this particular treaty, but the anti-nuclear activists, they definitely have been delighted with this news that 50 countries have already ratified. This moment has been 75 years coming since the horrific attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the founding of the UN, which made the nuclear disarmament a cornerstone. So if you remember, United Nations, one of the major objective of United Nations had been to ban the nuclear weapon or to stop the proliferation of nuclear weapon in any nation. So that was the major goal of United Nations, and by this like 75th year there will be a celebration of the foundation of UN. This time when the ratification of like 50th country came upon, so it's like a watershed moment for the whole movement of anti-nuclear weapons as well. The 50th ratification came on the 75th anniversary of the ratification of the UN Charter, which officially established the United Nations and is celebrated as UN Day. So United Nations Day is the day on which it was celebrated, or the day on which the UN Charter was signed, and the 50th ratification of the UN Treaty on Ban of Nuclear Weapon also came on the same day. So it's more of like the 50th country has now finally ratified the treaty, and hence this particular treaty could get into force from 2021. Now, what is this treaty all about? So, the Treaty on the Proliferation of Nuclear Weapon, we will call it as TPNW, or the Nuclear Weapon Ban Treaty. For simple term, it will be the Nuclear Weapon Ban Treaty, is the first legally binding international agreement to comprehensively prohibit nuclear weapons with the goal of leading towards their total elimination. So this is the major thing you need to know. First of all, that it is going to be legally binding. Now this is a very important thing, that the countries who have ratified it are now legally binded to follow it through in the international law. So one thing which is very important is that it is legally binding. Next thing is it talks about the prohibition of nuclear weapons move towards the total elimination. So it does not outrightly ask for total elimination, but it's more of a process that start with the prohibition on nuclear weapon and then move towards their total elimination. It was adopted in 2017. The treaty will enter into force in 2021 following the 50th ratification in 2020. So that was the main idea. For this treaty to come into force, it was required that at least 50 countries should have ratified it, and that happened now, and because of it this particular thing will be getting into force in 2021. For those nations that are party to it, the treaty prohibits the development, testing, production, stockpiling, stationing, transfer, use and threat of use of nuclear weapon, as well as assistance and encouragement to the prohibited activities. So these are the kind of restriction which will be imposed on the countries who have signed this particular treaty. So they cannot develop the nuclear weapon, they cannot test it, they cannot stockpile the material which is used for nuclear weapon, they cannot transfer it, they cannot use the threat of nuclear weapons. So all these things will not be permitted once you have ratified this treaty. So this is one of the major thing. Now, what is there for the nuclear nation, the countries which are like already a nuclear power? So it says that for nuclear armed states joining the treaty, it provides for a time-bound framework for negotiation leading to the verified and irreversible elimination of its nuclear weapon program. So this is the idea. The countries who already have some kind of nuclear power already and their stock, then the eventual elimination and irreversible process in which they are starting to talk about removing or prohibiting the development of nuclear weapon, and going forward they will work towards the total elimination. So that is the idea for the nations who are already nuclear power. The nuclear weapon ban treaty, according to its proponent, will constitute an unambiguous political commitment to achieve and maintain a nuclear weapon free world. So this is something which has been in conversations in 1945 itself, when there has been conversation that nuclear weapons shouldn't be there, but there was very, what you can say, ambiguous kind of commitment which never lead to anything concrete. Hence this particular treaty will provide unambiguous political commitment. Once you have ratified it, you need to follow it through. However, unlike a comprehensive nuclear weapons convention, it was not intended to contain all of the legal and technical measures required to reach the point of elimination. Now, this is something interesting, that even though it talks about the total elimination eventually, there is no procedure or rules mentioned like how it's going to be done, which was mentioned in the Comprehensive Nuclear Weapon Convention. So that is something you need to remember. Such provision will instead be the subject of subsequent negotiation, allowing the initial agreement to be concluded relatively quickly and if necessary without the involvement of nuclear armed nation. So that is also one of the very major reason that they were able to get the 50th country, and after that this particular agreement would come into force. So the idea is that if we get into the technicalities, if we get into the overall procedure, it will delay the entire process. So the idea is eventually through negotiation they could come up with the procedure that how the total elimination could happen. Proponents of the Berne Treaty believe that it will help stigmatize nuclear weapons and serve as a catalyst for elimination. Now, this is something which is more of a behavioral thing they are talking about, that going forward, now there are few countries who are like sign this, ratify this, and they will not be going to have the nuclear weapons. And if such kind of things are there, it will stigmatize the use of nuclear weapon by the countries who are already planning to have nuclear weapon or the one who are already nuclear power. So that was the behavioral change which could come up, and that is what the proponent of the treaty are talking about. So this is the major details regarding the treaty. Now a thing for you to remember is that the nuclear powers of the world, specifically the USA, Russia, these are opposing the whole idea and saying that if they go ahead and this treaty is going to have so many ripple effect and it is not thought through, having the arsenal of nuclear weapon has helped to deter the possibility of World War III. So they are coming up with all those arguments. So this is one of the things which is being talked about by the nuclear powers. So I hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you.